in Hawaii visiting some family for a few days, hoping to hit the beach, eat some good food, and do some hikes. We're starting off strong with Kalama Beach Park on day 1. Honestly, such a great spot to watch the sunset, have a picnic, go swimming. The water is really clear, really calm. There was people playing water polo right here and even a wedding photo shoot. Since we arrived earlier this day, day 1 was pretty short, so we only went to Moana Beach Park for a nice evening stroll. The next day we decided to play some pickleball. This location has 12 courts and it wasn't that busy. However, it did start raining soon after we got there, so we only got to play for a little bit before we started to head home. Then for lunch we got some takeout from Waihole Poi Factory. We got 2 plates. So we got some lau, squid luau, poi, a little cube of haupia, and some lomi salmon. If you're craving Hawaiian food like I always am when I go to Hawaii, definitely recommend this place. Then we went to Kalama Beach in the afternoon. Usually we do some bodyboarding, and I've also surfed here when the tide is a little bit higher and there's more waves. But today it was really calm. Another beach we like to go to is Kailua, which is right around here, but I think there's construction right now and it is more crowded. We also were able to catch the sunset, but sadly since we're on the east side of the island, we could only see this much of the sun, but the sunrise here is so beautiful. Saw a few chickens on the way out. There's so many of them here. On day 3, I wanted to do a hike, so decided to go to the Hanauma Bay Ridge Trail. The drive was really nice. You can see a lot of features on the island, from the ocean to Cocoa Head. Sometimes I even see some people walking up. But honestly, the hardest part of this hike was finding parking. Like, we had to park in this residential area, which is super close to the trailhead start. And then you have to kind of walk alongside the road until you see that like diamond yellow sign over there. Then this trail will kind of open up and this will lead you to a paved road.
And we finally made it on the trailhead.
You could also start from way over here, which is kind of the entrance to Hanauma Bay, but we decided to take a shortcut. And already we see some beautiful views of the bay, as well as Diamond Head on the left and parts of downtown. The entire trail is just over 3 miles. It starts off paved and has a few inclines, but nothing too difficult. It does kind of turn into this steep, eroded dirt trail. That's a little bit difficult, but take your time, and it does eventually flatten out on the left. And we also saw a helicopter. We made it to a viewpoint where we could see a good part of the coast, as well as another view of Hanauma Bay. Such a great day today, and really nice weather as well. We also ran into a few bikers who told us that we can see Molokai. This is our trek back to the car to finish off the loop trail. It looks pretty steep and it was moderately difficult. We ended up taking a bunch of breaks and discussed what we would do if we couldn't make it up, but we ended up making it up.
Great hike. JD, thoughts? Oh, JD! Alright, luckily we made it from the steepest part of the hike.
while we were going through that, we had different plans because we thought we couldn't make it, but here's our plans. Plan A was to go back the way we came, so this is the loop trail. We were planning to go all the way around and it would have taken us like 1 more hour.
Plan B, we met some very nice bikers and they offered us a ride on their handlebars going up the steep incline.
Plan C was to call 911.
Plan S was SOS.
Just kind of making rocks into an S. And then plan Y was to yell for help.
And then plan Z was to wait for the helicopters to pick us up.
Jokes aside, this was a really pretty hike and we had a lot of fun. For lunch we went to Mala Market and sat outside to enjoy this really nice view. And that was it for our day. On day 4, I wanted to explore the west side of the island, so my dad and I drove a couple of hours to all the way to the end of the road where we saw a Space Force station, but the final destination was really Yokohama Bay, as this beach is all the way at the end. It was not crowded at all, and just an overall really nice day. A hike that we could do, but my dad and I decided to go back for dinner, so we took a few more pictures before heading back. We also stopped at Kaina Point because we saw a few folks walking on the side of the street going into this cave. So we decided to take a look, and it was surprisingly pretty deep. Like, we walked pretty far until I wanted to turn back because it was getting really dark and cold, but definitely super cool to check out. The day wrapped up with some yummy Japanese food for dinner, and that was it. On day 5, we had some family stuff to take care of in the beginning, so we went to the beach in the afternoon, and originally we wanted to go to Kailua, but there was construction, so we went to Lanikai instead, and it was beautiful. The water was really clear. I wish we brought our snorkel gear though, because it was such great conditions for snorkeling. But we took a quick dip before heading back. On the way back, I got a matcha smoothie from Coffee or Tea, hands down, one of the best that I've tried in the area. And that was it. The next day, we drove into Homaluhia Botanical Gardens to just appreciate the Ko'ola mountain range and get more in touch with nature. Also, the drive is just super pretty. And at the end of the road, there's this huge grassy area with an amazing view of the mountain range. They also have some tables for picnics, and a lot of families were there eating lunch. Apparently in the past, this area used to be wide open and there would be horses sometimes that would walk around, but obviously they're not here anymore, but still a really great place. We also went surfing at Waikiki, and then afterwards we went to go to Leonard's. They have the best Malasadas. I always get the original, but they have a lot of good options as well. Since we're in the area, we also decided to go to Waiola Shave Ice. I got a lovely rainbow shaved ice cream, and it was really good. On my last day, I wanted to go to Ka'awa Beach. I love how the Ko'ola mountain range kind of touches the ocean. It's super pretty, and this beach is not too crowded at all. When I got there, it was just me, my cousin, and another couple, so super nice and peaceful. Also brought my snorkel, but the water was so choppy and cloudy that I couldn't really see anything, but it was kind of fun to just swim around. On the way back, we decided to stop off at Chinaman's Hat during the sunset. It was sadly kind of overcast, so I didn't see a good view, but overall had a really great trip, and this pretty much wraps it up.